Showtime! Life is showtime, tobikiru no unme no drive, mucho shite mo ki no ki o shita mirai, subete no namida wo Showtime! 宝石に変えてやるぜ Magic a magic, the magic, the showtime. Hello neighbor, it's Declassified here, and I'm a little late with this review, obviously, but I really want to talk about it since I've been enjoying this show like the whole time I've been watching it. So yeah, I'm gonna review the finale. I don't care if I'm a year late with this. Alright? We're gonna talk about episode 51 of Kamen Rider Wizard. But first, I'm gonna do like a little recap of episode 50 since I didn't review that one either, so let's talk about it. Okay, so key points in episode 50. Haruto got his Infinity Ring back, and he had a final showdown with the White Wizard. So yeah, Haruto and his Infinity Armor fought the White Wizard, and they had a very good fight. Like, that was some action there, boy. And then they had the climax with both of them doing a rider kick on each other, and then there was a huge explosion, and then they both demorphed and were on the ground, and then Haruto got up and he's like, yep, I won, I'm the champion, I'm gonna save you, Koyomi. And then the White Wizard like showed up right behind him and started beating the crap out of him, and then like knocked him on the ground. And then the White Wizard was walking to Koyomi, and then Gremlin showed up and killed the White Wizard with his own weapon. You know, that damn flute sword that he had? Yeah, Gremlin like slashed him twice with that weapon and killed him. Woo! So you notice how you didn't see any blood? Like, Gremlin fatally slashed this man twice. No blood anywhere. I think it was bleeding from his mouth like a little bit, but like, where's the rest of the bodily damage? I mean, whatever, kid show, man. So yeah, that psychopath was killed, and then like when he died, his body just disintegrated. Yeah. So after the White Wizard was killed, then Gremlin did the unthinkable. He then slashed Koyomi and then ripped the Philosopher's Stone right out of her body and then walked off laughing, that usual laugh he does. And I don't know if I ever mentioned it before, but I really do like that laugh. It's like, ha ha ha, like I can't do it, but I don't know, it's a weird laugh and I like it, so So after Gremlin just violated Koyomi and walked off with the Philosopher's Stone, then Haruto, crawled over to her. And he's like, don't leave me, don't die yet, mate, mate. But, she was dying, and she had made peace with this. She was okay with dying, and she didn't want Haruto to bring her back to life or anything. And I think her last wish was that Haruto would get back the Philosopher's Stone. She wanted Haruto to get the Philosopher's Stone and make sure that nobody ever uses that evil stone again. And then she died, and she disintegrated, evaporated too. And then Haruto was just there on the ground like, Koyomi! Like, I'm laughing though, but I really felt his pain, man. He was like, you could just, oh man, he was hurt. He was hurt. Koyomi! Alright, now we're on the finale. So at the beginning of this episode, Haruto, he tells all his friends what happened, that Koyomi's dead and Gremlin now has the Philosopher's Stone. And then after, he gets everybody up to date, he goes to his room and he spends like half of the first episode being an emo kid. So, yeah. Meanwhile, Gremlin, now that he has the Philosopher's Stone, he puts the stone inside of his body and it powers up his body a bit, and then he sends the foot soldiers, the ghouls, out into the city and has them just attacking everybody in the city so that he can collect mana. He doesn't feel like searching for gates and doing all that stuff that wise men did. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. He's just gonna kill everybody, and if you're a regular human, okay. If you turn out to be a phantom, good. I mean, well, if you turn out to be a gate, then good. You'll give me some mana. Whatever. He doesn't care. So yeah, he needs to collect more mana because he still wants to use the Philosopher's Stone to turn into a human. So yeah, ghouls are attacking the city, and Kosuke, even though he doesn't have his powers anymore, he still wants to help. And man, Kosuke is such a great character. I wish he had more to do in this show, But he went out there and he kicked butt without no powers, And these villains, it's been shown many many times in this show that they cannot be beaten by like regular means. Like magic must defeat magic in this show. But yeah, you know, he's still trying to fight and be a hero, and I respect that man. He's awesome. So yeah, he tried to fight and he used some pretty good martial arts moves and stuff. And the police woman, Rinko, she was also out there trying to handle business and save people. And she was using her gun to shoot them. And again, it's been shown multiple times that guns do nothing against these monsters. But I don't know, I still thought it was badass that she used it. I mean, it won't work, but I was still here for that. I'm like, pump full of lead. It might slow him down for like a second or something, I don't know. Yep. And, you know, Shunpei was also out there trying to beat him up in like goofy ways, like knocking stuff on him. You know, everybody was out there trying to do stuff. So eventually Kosuke, Rinko, and Shunpei were about to be killed by the ghouls because, you know, they just can't beat them. And then the magic lady showed up. What's her name? That twin, Mayu. She showed up and saved them. Chain. Now. She wrapped chains around the ghouls and, you know, pulled them away. And then she said, you know what? I may have been given my powers by a psychopath, but I get to decide how I want to use them. And I want to use them for good, you know. And then that kid wizard, he also showed up, basically saying the same thing. He wants to fight evil and whatnot. And then the other guy too, the one with the pregnant wife, he showed up. So yeah, all three of these nobody wizards showed up to fight. And they shabba-dooby touched the Henshin to fight the ghouls. Change. Now, you know. So yeah, they all changed into their cheap suits, and then they finished off the foot soldiers, you know, with ease, you know. And then Gremlin showed up, and he defeated all three of them in 5 seconds. And I'm not even exaggerating. He defeated them in 5 seconds. Like, if that doesn't show you how worthless these three wizards were, like, man, whatever. So yeah, Gremlin defeated them, and then Haruto showed up on the scene. He was done being emo. It was time to take action. Yeah, Haruto showed up, and he told Gremlin that he was going to defeat him, he was going to take back the Philosopher's Stone, and he was going to save Koyomi. And then, you know, when his friends first heard him say this, like, save Koyomi? What are you talking about? That bitch dead. What are you... Are you going to perform the savage? You're going to kill us all just to save Koyomi? Don't do it. Don't go to the dark side, Haruto. But then Haruto clarified what he meant. You know, Koyomi, her dying wish was that he gets the Philosopher's Stone back. And that's how he's going to save her. Like, how can Koyomi's soul rest in peace if he doesn't honor her dying wish? And that's what he meant by saving her. And after he explained it more, everybody was like, oh, okay, do it, Haruto, do it. Koyomi no Tamini. Haruto whipped that infinity ring out, and he henshined into his infinity armor, and then he had the final battle between him and Gremlin. And yeah, Gremlin beat the shit out of him. Gremlin beat the crap out of him, and then made him revert back to his standard armor, the red one. And yeah, and Gremlin was about to kill Haruto, but then Haruto got his second win, and then he Falcon punched Gremlin, and then he ripped out the Philosopher's Stone from Gremlin's body, and then the Philosopher's Stone turned into a magical ring, and then Haruto used the power of the ring to combine his elements into a rider kick, and then he finished off Gremlin once and for all. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how this episode ends, you know. Kamen Rider Wizard saved the day, yay! And then after that, he decided to go, like, I don't know, like soul searching or something. I don't know, he's still like grieving Koyomi's loss, so he's taking some time for himself. He's just going to be like traveling the world by himself for a while. Kosuke is going to be traveling the world as well, but he's going to be looking for the Chimera Phantom. I don't know why he's doing this. Like, if the Chimera wanted to stay in touch, he would have gave you his number or something. But whatever. He wants to find him, and he's going to be taking that little kid with him, the little kid wizard, to protect him since he has magic. So yeah, Shunpei is going to stay with the guy who owns that artifact shop, and he's going to learn how to make magical rings for Haruto when he returns. Rinko decides to join up with the Men in Black organization in this show. Yes. There's a Men in Black organization in this show. I don't think I mentioned them once, but yeah, they're here. They exist. And the twin wizard, Mayu, she's also joining with this organization because there may still be some phantoms out there, and in case there are, we have a wizard that can fight them while Haruto is gone. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool too. So yeah, it was a pretty good finale. I mean, it wasn't like grandiose or anything. I mean, they kind of can't outdo themselves from the Sabbath. Like, the Sabbath is where, like, everything happened. And Kosuke saved the day. Like, the Sabbath, that was, like, finale worthy. This episode was good, but, like, the Sabbath stuff, I mean, you can't outdo that. I'm sorry. But, yeah, it was still a good finale. And overall, I really enjoyed Kamen Rider Wizard. This was a great show, and it was the first Kamen Rider series that I watched from start to finish, and I really enjoyed it. Some of the issues with this show I think I've already talked about before, like, you know, they could have spent less time on all these random gates and given us a little more story about Wise Men. Like, they could have focused on the mystery behind Wise Men more in the show. They also could have focused a little more on Mayu, you know, and her story about getting revenge on Medusa, and actually had Mayu kill Medusa, you know. I already talked about this stuff. And they need to bring back my boy Phoenix from the Sun. Like, again, I'm still not over them killing him in, like, episode 20. Like, damn it, he's too badass of a villain for that. So, I don't know. Like, they're having, like, 2 more specials, right? Well, they need to bring back Phoenix from the Sun, damn it. But, yeah, whatever. Overall, I love the show. Yay. I don't know if I'll be watching any more Kamen Rider series, though. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. Time will tell. So yeah, for anybody that's watching, what did you guys think about episode 51 of Kamen Rider Wizard? You know, did you like it? Did you hate it? Like, what did you think about it? You know, I'm curious to hear about it, especially from people that watch Kamen Rider, like, all the time, like all the other series. Like, you know, how does Kamen Rider Wizard compare to other Kamen Rider series, you know? Let me know. Alright. Jamasa, Mina-san.